I'm saluting you.
Okay,
I
we are
have-
live.
I
I'm
have
sorry
sorry.
for your promotion.
We are now officially live. Hello, many fans. Ignore the conversation we're currently having.
We're not talking about anything.
I know, that's why I said ignore it. It's boring.
What are we talking about? I don't think it's
We're
anything.
talking about how you're stupid.
I think that's you. And your
Not
face.
cool. Not cool.
Have you considered?
Sega.
Have I considered?
No.
I honestly,
Have you?
He doesn't
I
know
don't
what
think
that
I
word
have
means.
Considered.
Yeah, you just
I
see what I
don't know
mean?
what considered means.
Pondering
Yeah,
is
see what I
too
mean?
far for his mind.
I'm not surprised.
He stretched his 3-word syllable words he used. He only knows 3-letter words. Like, oh wait, no, he knows 5-letter words because of haggis.
Haggis is a 5-letter word.
No, it's 6. Oh dear, I'm so good at this.
No, you aren't. You're stupid.
So
I
anyways,
hope smoking cats destroy you.
Oh, here we go.
Because fuck you.
Do you know
Okay,
what? They
so
turned
do
my
we,
funny noises on the stream off, so I can't make an abomination in
yeah,
your stream. It's
I
very
did-
annoying.
I muted his soundboard. So, I can't remember, but did last time we already flipped the coin for who is what in this? Or
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
already have everything decided then.
Okay, so how about you reveal to the lovely viewers what has been decided? And also to me.
Well,
We're gonna win.
No, I don't think that was quite decided on.
We decided.
So we did
Well?
a coin flip, and we've decided that the winner takes all. No.
Well, yeah, well, I suppose in this one the winner does stick off because it's the decider.
So the Comet
Very decided.
and Middle Guard won the coin flip,
Yep.
and they elected
Obviously.
to pick the faction. So they decided to stay as the Imperial faction, which means they'll be playing USA or Saxony.
USA.
USA or
And we that gave us the ability to pick the map, and we selected Russia 5A. We will be Alliance 1, which spawns in the south.
Lovely. Okay, that sounds like there has been a lot of planning coming into this. Obviously, both teams so far, you have both done a lot of planning. A lot more planning than most people, I would imagine.
what are you saying about us?
No, I'm
Yeah,
saying it's very respectable that both of you consider this so important to take time out of your lives to masterfully decide exactly how you attack on a map.
Gotta have a fun video.
Oh well,
That's true.
I'm just trying to find Russia 5A. Am I blind?
Towards the
Maybe.
I didn't
bottom.
want to say anything,
I
Dan,
know
but
it's quite
yeah.
close to the bottom. Yeah, I found it. Yes.
It's like 10 up from the bottom, something
Yeah,
like that.
So Clone Trooper and Exilian, you guys are going to be in this bottom area, and Tom and Chris will be at the top. Got it. Okay. Well, whenever you guys
It's
are
true.
happy to host, I'll hop in spectator, and we know the rigmarole by now.
Yep.
Do.
What?
Pull through, shooting melee, all that good
through.
stuff.
Oh yeah.
No, don't. do
Always
that.
target the general with your cannon.
No. No.
Bomb square artillery.
No. Don't do that.
I dare say we move.
How about, how about to
Oh,
message
ah,
the
yes.
They're already
computer?
moving to a different VC. They've not even made the lobby
right.
yet. Oh wait, no, it's. I
No, that's
suppose
because
it's,
we're pros,
I
Dan.
suppose it's down to Smoking Cats to make.
You
the
couldn't even get the lobby set up last time, Tom.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, you made it a 1v1 twice.
I'm a bit blind, as you
Yeah,
probably
you
know.
are. You are. Whoever's hosting, remember, please make sure that it is a 60-minute timer. This will not be going on
Are we
forever.
hosting?
I think
Am I
so,
hosting?
Probably.
Yeah.
We're
I think
Alliance
so.
1, so easier that way.
I believe that is the case.
Yes, sir.
Right.
How many
I'm,
viewers? Is anybody
I
watching
think
yet?
we have about 6 right now. So pretty
Hello.
decent. Hopefully more people will turn up soon. Anyway, I'm gonna disappear to my little VC and chat to them while everything gets set up, and I'll
Fun.
see you guys in deployment.
Sure.
Alright, good luck. Well. Hello, everybody. How are we doing? It is a very important match right now today. It is 2 o'clock in the morning for me. King Tide, good to see you. Jay's Multiverse, what's up? How's it going? No way, was good, gang. Not much. You know, just sitting here having a good time. I am very excited for this battle. This battle that I believe has a password on it that I've not been told. Yeah, no, it's good. I'm excited. These are two very good teams. Both sides so far have crushed the other team. Please tell me I've guessed that correctly. Fuck. Let's see. I'm gonna have to just guess random numbers until I'm told. Damn it. Ah. Boom. Oh, I'm kind of the great. I'm kind of the greatest. Was good, gang? No way. Yeah, no. Yeah, as I was saying, everything's good. I am very excited for this. Clone Trooper and Exilian, their first battle against Tom and Chris, obviously it hasn't been posted anywhere yet, but it has been recorded. It's in the editing suite. They brought lots of howitzers as Denmark and France. They had a massive howitzer battery in the middle of a dip, and they tore through Tom and Chris, and it was a really nasty battle. However, of course, on stream, we saw the second battle, the redeeming battle for Kings of Pegau, which is Chris and Tom, and it trolled me out of the lobby. I think they're resetting it. No, they're not. It just kicked me for no reason. Weird. Anyway, yeah, Kings of Pegau ended up clawing that game back with the last stream, where Tom played as Saxony and Chris played as America on the famous Battle of Lapua, which is the best performing video on my channel. First of all, thank you to everybody who is watching and subscribing and liking. I really appreciate it. I am well on the way to being YouTube partnered, which will push my videos even further, so I really do appreciate it. But in that battle, Tom and Chris fought for Lapua, just barely winning it after a very, very long analysis of it. And so they had chosen the same map. Tom with his Grenadier army caught Clone Trooper off guard, who was playing as the natives, and caused a victory, which is how we end up here today. Now, if you weren't up to date on the rules of the Haggis Cup, or you don't know any of the stuff to do with it, the rules for a decider match, which is what we have today, is you can only play as one of the factions that you chose in the semi-finals. So, if you are in the decider, it means that as a fact, you have lost one battle and you have won one battle. In those two battles, whatever factions you had chosen would be banned for the finals. So, right now, America and Saxony is banned for Tom and Chris in the finals, as well as when they're playing on the Imperial side, not Imperial, Coalition side, Russia and Prussia. So Russia, Prussia, America and Saxony, those are all banned for the finals for Tom and Chris. On the other hand, Clone Trooper and Exilian, currently banned for the finals for them is British Canada, the Natives, Denmark, and France. And so because of that, you can only choose one of the factions that have been banned that you have played so far, meaning that Chris and Tom only have the choice of America and Saxony or Russia and Prussia. Same on the other side as well. But the reason why, and I actually had a little bit of insight in this, Tom and Chris actually decided beforehand that they wanted, so when they won the coin flip, they got to choose whether or not they wanted the maps or whether or not they wanted to choose the factions. And they in fact chose the factions for the single reason of Clone Trooper and Exilian had played the Natives and British Canada. The Natives were a very costly pick for Clone Trooper because it means that now they are forced into playing British Canada. The Natives will not win a regular battle against an America and a Saxony. They're just too large of a faction. The Natives would get crushed. And so, intentionally, Tom and Chris chose Imperial to force Clone Trooper and Exilian's coalition choice to be British Canada, which is a ridiculous move, especially with the fact that British Canada doesn't have grenadiers, which is what the Saxon army is made for. Not only that, Tom's heavy cavalry can most likely solo every other heavy cavalry on the field. I mean, obviously America's his ally, but America has terrible, terrible cavalry, and you'll see the fact that Tom and Chris, with America, neither of them ever bring cavalry as America, so Tom will be the leading heavy cavalry faction. British Canada, their best heavy cavalry unit is actually their general, Tecumseh. If they don't bring him, though, their best cavalry is a dragoon unit, so medium cavalry. So once again, Saxony will have the advantage. Speaking of advantages, I reckon that the USA and Saxony, they're going to pump out more men than... they're going to push out more men than Canada. Now, I am hearing that there might be a bit of a sound issue. Hopefully there isn't. Try to figure out where that might be. I'm not sure. Sounds fine for you? Oh, earlier. Weird. Game sound doubled? Huh. I have no idea. Maybe it's the desktop audio? Weird. I don't know. It might just be my desktop audio. Hang on, let me try this. Okay. Is this better? Let me know if this is sounding better for you guys. The sound should be hopefully fixed. Yes, okay. That makes sense then. Yeah, so let's have a look at what the chat's saying. Lapua game analysis ASMR AR sleep compilation. What if they take the 9K Canada build? Now, the 9K Canada build would be very interesting. I get the feeling that they might just. The thing is, Canada, even though they don't have great cavalry, they do have native cavalry, which is strong. They will get out-caved by Saxony, and I reckon Tom will bring good heavy cavalry, because they don't really have the ability to spam infantry like other factions do. Obviously, with Chris as America, we're going to see lots of 18-pounders, we're going to see no cavalry, and we're going to see a lot of infantry, including his famous Buck and Baller Corps. But the British Canadians is going to be the most interesting pick here. Of course, they have 24-pounders, so they can outrange everybody else. Although, of course, 24-pounders, slow to reload. We also have the fact that they have the natives in their roster, so they have lots of guerrilla deployable troops. They have the native archers, they have the native warriors, they have the native musketeers. They have got lots of guerrilla deployment cavalry as well. They've got the native, I believe it's native spearmen cavalry, their guerrilla deployment as well. So they have got the ability to do lots of fun guerrilla stuff, although I get the feeling they might ward away from using guerrillas this time, because it didn't go so well for them last time. Not only that, they have the ability to bring a vast army as Canada, because they have very spammable basic line infantry, and as well as very spammable basic line infantry, they also have lots and lots of militia they can choose from. They also have very solid light infantry, and most importantly, they have the ability to field British troops with British, I think it's Allied British Foot Infantry, which is their, so to speak, elite corps, not actually counting their genuine elites. So we are going to be watching this, hopefully, from the perspective of Clone Trooper and Exilian, which means that for once, out of every time so far, we will be watching from the opposite side from Tom and Chris. This is the only time so far that we have not been watching from their perspective, and we are. Now, this is going to be very, very interesting. Last time, USA took a pretty regular army in Saxony is usually a pretty small army compared to other factions. Saxony usually is very small. I believe it's much more of an elite grenadier faction. That might help them though against Canada, because Canada doesn't have grenadiers. The only form of melee that they have that is strong is their natives, and their natives have less stats than most grenadiers, especially the Saxon grenadiers, but they also are militia, so they do break very easily. The USA did take a pretty normal army last time. I think that's because they tried to maximize a little bit more artillery, and they were aware that it was a gamble, with Tom's strategy being an all-out charge immediately. They were aware that if that went wrong, he would need a more standardized army that was easier to control. Who do we think is winning? I have no idea who's going to win. This is 1-1 so far, and both sides haven't fought a battle with a normal army yet. Both sides have went for a gimmick of some sort, so we're going to see who's chosen what gimmick, and we're going to see just how well it plays out. Is this battle historical, and how many troops do you need, or is this playing non-historical battle? This is a non-historical battle. It is British Canada versus American Saxony. This is a tournament battle for the semi-finals decider. Essentially, the winner of this will go into the finals of the Haggis Cup, which has been going on for over 2-3 months now. So this is a very big battle. This is a very important battle, and I reckon both sides will have fielded a very large amount of men, which means we're probably looking at around about maybe 25,000 or so. So lots of men, lots of men. They can keep one Dragoonist reserve, and if Saxony charges, they can just massacre them. That is true. However, you are neglecting the fact that Saxony has 3 cuirassier units they can choose, and Tom did last time. They're strong. They're really strong heavy cavalry units. Is this a tournament of who wins and stuff? Yes, this is a tournament with a winner, and we're going to see who that winner is. So I'm going to very quickly go over the army comps of Clone Trooper and Exilian just before we hop into their VC. So it looks like Clone Trooper has in fact gone for a much more standardized army than before. So we have the British Canada Fencibles Battalion. These are a militia unit, although slightly better than most militias. They also have the British Canada Foot Battalion. This is the easily spammable foot infantry unit that has very solid very solid manpower, very solid stats, and it's very easily to spam, as we can see here. We also have Newfoundland Regiment of Fencible. This is another Fencible unit here. Some more Canadian Fencibles, Fencible Chasseurs, so 2 light infantry. We have 2 allied British foot battalions. These are the most expensive regular infantry they can have. 260 men with amazing stats. We also have allied British light foot battalion, as well as some more chasseurs and light infantry. Another militia here, some more light infantry. Where are the elites? I might have just missed them. Hopefully there is the elites somewhere and I've just went over them. I think that would be the Marines. I mean, I'm definitely not seeing anything here yet. Weird. I'm not seeing any elites. He might not have brought any. Well, we'll have to see if that fits. We do have Isaac Brock as well, so he's not brought Tecumseh, which is the combat general. So a very solid general unit. We also have 1 24-pounder. So this army is very much infantry based. In fact, so infantry based there is no cavalry, probably because it's over here somewhere. However, on the other side we have lots more artillery. We have a 12-pounder, another 12-pounder, and a 24-pounder, so very heavy on the artillery over here. We have Canada Marine. This is an elite unit here. 2 allied British foot battalions, 2 Fencibles, light infantry, a hell of a lot of Canadian line as usual. We also have a Fencible unit tucked in there, a Guard Grenadier unit, and this is the second elite of the Canadian Army. We have 3 more foot battalions, another 3 foot battalions, light infantry, Fencible, foot, 2 Fencible units back here, and we also have more Fencibles here, and the 2 extra garrison units back here. We also have Isaac Brock again. So for the second time, not choosing Tecumseh. Now let's have a cheeky peek at the natives. So we have a native unit here to kind of try and solidify the ground here. We have natives here, solidify that. We have horsemen here, so a little cavalry unit. We have another horseman unit, hopefully trying to sneak around this area, snipe some guns if they can, get some very early scouting done. We also have clone trooper here with some native horsemen, just threatening the front line again, getting some scouting. We have some more native horsemen here. I think they're just going to threaten artillery across the front, get some scouting done. We also have native skirmishers here, as well as native warriors here, and another unit of native warriors here. So, to give a very brief rundown, the way this battle is always won is someone will take this hill, and somebody will take this hill. This hill, very important for this right side, however, it never goes to this side here, because they can never get there in time. There is too many people here, 2 armies in front of each other, and they're closer. However, the more realistic one is this hill on the left, which is why the guerrillas have all gone here. Once you have taken this hill, which they will do, because there is very small chance that they actually get there before these guys, especially with the natives on the hill. It just means that once the army marches up, they can get their guns on a very strong position here. They can set up a gun here, shoot down this road to block off any attacks onto the town, and then they just garrison the town along this way, along here, meet up with their ally who is probably about here. Usually you just ignore this right side of the battlefield if you're in this position, because it is impossible to defend. They just go from here, march all the way around, plop themselves in the town, while their ally takes this whole area here, kind of reaching here. That is what I imagine will happen in this battle, especially with them reinforcing this side as hard as possible. On the other side, though, I reckon the Americans will probably march up here, slap their guns here, while Tom marches up here, which he might just be able to break through. So this map actually is kind of good for the Saxony army, because Saxony, as we said, great grenadiers. Whoever takes this middle area tends to be the one who wins. That's just because it's a very good central area. It's got defending areas here and here. Anyway, I have done enough explanation. I think it's about time we go and speak to the teams. I've given my brief little rundown, and I'll be able to do it again later on. But this is going to be really interesting. And I am very, very excited to see how this goes. So we're going to be dropping over to Clone Troopers team first, Clone Trooper and Exilian. We're going to hear what they have to say. Hello, hello, hello. How are we doing?
Hello.
Doing good.
I thought I would pop in here as usual and we would have a little chat. So what is the plan?
Well, we chose this map mainly to try and negate U.S. Artillery supremacy while still giving us some decent spots. It'll be a tight fight, but we felt like this map favored us on this side.
Yeah. I mean, me and Clone played in this map very recently, and we did kind of the same thing you're doing here, stacking guerrillas in that lefternmost hill. It's a very solid position. We're going to have to see just how well you guys can do it. I mean, you're going up against 2 difficult opponents who have played this map before, so let's see
As of we.
how you do it. As of you. So is there anything sneaky you might be planning that you want to tell us? Anything special going on?
Got anything, Clone?
Nothing too sneaky. This is going to be a straight up fight. We're bringing a fair amount of heavy cannons, so we're going to try and actually get heavy cannon superiority. We'll see if we can do that over USA, but in our tests it's gone pretty well. Okay. Just like you said, we're trying to take this hill on the left side, and if everything goes according to plan, I will be able to secure this left side, and Exilian will be able to maintain a defensive position on the right until his reserves are needed to try and advance over there as well. So
fair enough. I did want to point one thing out, Clone. Is there a reason why you've not chosen any elite units?
I wanted more men.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So
That's a very good assessment of it. Also, I see the sneaky guerrilla cavalry on the front line for some free scouting and maybe a general or two.
Yeah, one of the main things, we're not, obviously we hope to kill stuff with the guerrillas, but yeah, we really want to just know exactly what they're doing as soon as we can, and then we'll try and adjust our plan accordingly.
Nice. All right.
Because with their spawn, they can spawn anywhere along the top end, so We just like to know who we're facing off against on each side.
Yeah, I like that. You know what? That's very good planning. That is how you use guerrillas as well. So I believe that's most of the stuff covered. Is there anything you would like to say to your doting fans, of which there are many in this chat, actually?
We love you guys. We appreciate the support. You know, do our best.
Yeah, you will. You will.
It's good. This is going to be more actual straight up fight. There's not going to be a lot of gimmicks from our side. I don't think that they're capable of that many gimmicks on their side either. So this is just going to be a stand up, drag 'em out fight. So
Okay. Do you know what? I like that. I said earlier, both of you guys and them have consistently fought using only gimmicks, and it's either went terribly or perfectly for both sides. So
Yeah.
you know,
My earlier matches with Beef, shut up Beef. We didn't pull gimmicks then.
that's true. Yeah. But anyway, I think we should get this battle started. So I'm gonna pop over to your opponent's chat. Are you guys ready, by the way?
we are.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna pop over to your opponents. I'm gonna let them know you're ready. We're gonna run through the same thing, and I'm gonna, back off. But the battle should be starting very soon. So we'll see you then. Good luck. Don't
See ya.
crash. Have fun.
Try not to.
I was.
Oh, hello,
hello.
hello. How are we doing,
Yeah.
boys?
Well,
Feeling pretty
he's
good.
here.
I am indeed, and I'm watching for your opponent's POV for the first
I know, it's
time
exciting.
of the entire.
What could we
training.
possibly have, Dan?
I think I know exactly what you have. Anyway.
No.
Tell us.
Anyway, so is there what's going on for you guys? What's your plans? What are you gonna do? What's sneaky?
Well,
Let's
we're
get into
gonna. We know they are stacked up on that one hill. Clone stacked up when I fought you. Pause for Dan to stare at them. Anyways, we're basically gonna ignore that and take everywhere else.
Okay.
Because they've probably spent a bunch of money on natives, and I'm guessing there's just a giant stack of men holding that hill and maybe another forward position. And they're really going to try and stop us from taking it. Because if we take that, the game's over. We have such a good position with that ridge.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Especially with the American 18-pounders, of which, of course, I imagine you have brought lots of.
Oh yes, and we also outrange them in
Um,
howitzers as well.
Really not so.
We have
That's true.
8-inch howitzers, so
Yeah.
if they turtle up with their howitzers, that's fine. But we'll just outrange them and we'll just blast them, and then they'll have to come to us. So
Fair enough. Well,
Yeah.
is
That's the
there
idea.
so is there any gimmicks that you're pulling off, or is it just two very standard armies?
we've gone for more standard than last time. It's no grenadier spam. There's only a core. There's still a core of grenadiers,
As there should be.
but I've bought more line and I bought lots of cav because we know we can dominate with cav
yeah.
against the British Canada. So I've gone for the 3 Chevaliers. Sorry, 3 Garde du Corps again. But this
Yeah,
time
yeah,
instead of
that's the
spending loads on grenadiers, I've just bought loads of line infantry and lights to kind of like support Chris.
Nice.
But we're going to rely on Chris's artillery to really kill them.
So a little bit more of a standardized battle
Yeah.
between you guys. That's going to be very interesting to see. So who's moving where? Are you going to reveal that, or are we just going to have to see?
Well, I suppose it doesn't
We
really
can tell
matter if
you,
you know.
but you're going to
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah, I am. All right. Well,
Snackson's in the middle though, mostly.
yeah, your opponents
America's
are
more spread
ready
out.
whenever you guys are. Before you
Ah,
click
good.
the swords, is there anything you would like to see to your many fans who are in the chat?
We have fans?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
You do.
Wow.
You have
Anyways.
fans in the chat cheering for you guys. Is there anything you'd like to say to them?
Let's
before the
go.
battle starts?
Kings of Pegau forever.
That's right.
I hope.
Destroy
I
Dan.
hope.
We'll
not.
destroy them like we destroyed you, Dan.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm rooting for your opponents now.
Oh, we wouldn't do
You
that.
always were, Dan. You always were.
Maybe I wasn't. Anyway, well, best of luck. Don't crash and have a good time. I'm gonna disappear to my VC, but you guys ready up whenever you're ready. They're ready for you guys. Let's get the show on the road.
Alrighty.
All right. Well, that has opened our eyes a little bit, hasn't it? So, it looks like Tom and Chris have pretty effectively read the minds of their opponents. However, Oh, the early guerrillas have revealed a lot. That being that there is 18 pounders here, as well as a infantry corps of Americans. Although it's not revealed too much. It's only really revealed where the artillery is, and they need to be very careful here. These native horsemen are actually very solid cavalry units and can win cavalry engagements. If Tom and Chris are intelligent here, they will be sweeping through this forest, and they will sweep through this one. They will make sure that none of those guerrillas survive. So Tom and Chris actually, Chris predicting that there would be natives standing right here, because, well, when I mentioned that battle earlier that me and Clone had fought, where Clone went here and I went here and we put guerrillas in that hill, Chris was Chris was Clone Trooper's opponent in that battle, and he lost because of that. So, very interesting. We see the Saxon Guard de Corps actually mobilizing and pushing forwards. We have some infantry next to the guns. They are fully aware that there is, in fact, natives hanging around. So, they're being careful. Ooh, they might actually lose one of their cavalry. They can't really afford to lose the cavalry over here. Speaking of losing cavalry, they would probably win this. I don't know, it's two light dragoon units versus native horsemen. Chris actually, surprisingly enough, bringing more than 2 cavalry units. He always ends up only bringing 2, but he's changed his mind on that one. Tom actually catching one of the native horseman units out and charging it in the back. Wow, good stuff, good stuff. We have some more cavalry moving into the hilltops. We're just in the little cavalry screening phase right now, where everybody's trying to advance. If I hold down space, we can see that Clone is looking to move his, I'm guessing this is his infantry front line over here. Then he's got a little bit of his other stuff here, and then this is his reserves. This is probably his British troops here. This is maybe light infantry. Just try to get everything up there as quickly as possible. Just showing just how terrible the American cavalry is. The American militia cavalry got shattered by the native horsemen. However, the Saxons coming in to clean up and make sure that that does not go unpunished. We had a little bit of a threat of an engagement over here. It looks like, actually, from that smoke, this light dragoon unit, which can fire from horseback, did exactly that and fired into the natives. However, they actually didn't really do too much damage. It was a very equal engagement. However, to be fair, if those natives had actually gotten into contact with the light dragoons properly, those light dragoons would have stopped existing. Right, it looks like the main threat of guerrillas has been evaporated from the starting area, because of course we can see them. We can also see the fact that Chris is trying to sneak a cavalry unit past. Apologies for the lag, it is just very normal. So the other Canada army, so Clone Trooper deciding to put his, oh, he had a hidden 12-pounder, I forgot to mention, yes. He is sneaking a 12-pounder up here, as well as some fencibles to move into the town. I have no idea what this is supposed to be, though. Maybe like a flank guard over here, maybe? Maybe he's expecting guerrillas? I don't think they have, I mean, neither America or Saxony have guerrillas, so. Other than the natives. Yeah, true, he might be searching for natives. Let's see what the chat's saying. Who am I rooting for? Yeah, so Marines and Guard Grenadiers are indeed elites. Who am I rooting for? I'm not rooting for either side. I'm very impartial. Obviously, I am very friendly with Tom and Chris. However, Auxilian and Clone Trooper, I was there seeing their very early on battles. I saw them improving over time. And I really hope that they do well. So I'm cheering that this is a good battle, is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that both sides play to the best of their abilities, and give it a really good go. America better win this battle for the American dream of Canex. Saxony might be a kind of bad pick since the only space where melee will be good for them is the town. Pretty much everywhere else is an uphill charge without roads. Well, as the rules kind of were saying, for deciders you can only play as things that, you know, you can only play as factions that you have played so far in the semi-finals. and they were locked to Saxony and America. Arguably, Tom could have chosen to play as America also, which means that we would have had an 1812 battle. But I think he preferred to play Saxony for the cavalry advantage, especially against a British Canada who famously do not have very much cavalry. Throwing a burger to boost the American morale. I like it. We had a bold commander, brave General Brock by name, was shipping at Niagara, and down to work he came. In the last tournament battle, the evil Exilian guerrillas killed all of my artillery. Same map too. Yeah, that was nasty. Go USA, USA, USA. Go Canada. We're gonna send them back to Washington. Oh hey Red, how we doing? Missed an amazing op. Chud op by Chud just in the 292. I didn't know there was an op going. I was at the Halo op earlier. By the way, shout out to the 292. It's a armor group that I'm in. They're very cool. Canada will win. Microing this amount of guerrillas is hell on earth. Correct. Dan, who are you cheering for? I've said already, and you've recognized that. 1 Canadian is worth 1,000 Yanks. Well, I suppose we're gonna have to see just how true that statement is. We are still in the very much opening stages. We have the light infantry already making as quick of a move as they can. I mean, you can see the value of light infantry right here. Look at the main line here. Look at the light infantry. They are miles ahead of everybody else. And they're doing it so quickly, specifically for the reason of to just get there to be able to form squares for these guys and protect them. Now, did they plant stakes with these guys? I don't think they can with the musketeers, actually, to correct myself. The American cavalry was here. Did it sneak round, maybe? Or is it just backed off into the fog of war? Looks like we have got the first sight of the American natives now. Oh, shit! I completely missed it, no! Oh, Tom, I'm so sorry, no! Oh, what we missed there, I didn't hear the charge yell, oh god damn it. What we missed was a charge from Saxon, so Tom had some Saxon cavalry here that moved directly up here and hit this 12-pounder, killing one of its guns and breaking it, which means that British Canada is now down 1 artillery. They also killed 30 men in this unit, 7 in this one, and these guys in the back also shot them. So, wow, what a charge from Tom. Already tipping the scales in the balance of Kings of Pegau. I mean, losing 1 artillery piece already, with that artillery piece being a 12-pounder, is such a massive blow. So it looks like Canada is actually deciding to try and garrison this side on the ridgeline, not actually moving into the town full force. Most of the reserves sticking back here, guns setting up here. I'm guessing the other artillery would have been set up here. Nice little spacing between the units, other than here. They're just, you know, back to back. Now those 18-pounders gonna make short work of them. We have some skirmishers here, as well as a warrior here who was, I guess, the one that was here. Are they actually planning to move into the town? Ah, interesting tactic so far. We have a 12-pounder set up on this little hill overlooking the town, meaning they can fire in this entire radius here. And by their formations, kind of setting their men up sideways and like this, it looks like they're allowing the Americans and Saxons to enter the town, just preparing for it. That, I think their main strategy here is, in fact, not going to be holding the town at all. I think their entire strategy is going to be reinforcing this area and then blasting through to try and take this 2-pointer here, which, funnily enough, this is the rematch of this battle, where we have Clone Trooper going up against Chris on this exact part of the battlefield in the exact same formations, just with different teammates and factions. So we already have Americans entering the town. We have some United States regulars here. We also have them protected by a Saxon Guard Corps cavalry unit. Ooh, a strong volley to start with. The artillery trying to hit them, but they are in a very thin formation. personally, I'm not the biggest fan of this 12-pounder placement. Of course, that might shift with how the battle goes. I really am very intrigued by them allowing the Imperial side to just take the town. I've never really seen that strategy with this map before. I suppose kind of allowing your enemy into a dip where they're going to get hit by all sides and threaten encirclement while just punching through to take this LOC over here. Because realistically, their strategy beforehand, they were saying they're going to...
Sir, our general is under attack.
I think they just got hit by a stray ball somewhere. I think, from what I remember, they were saying that they were going to see if they could hold here until the reserves could swing around and help Clone Trooper. I think their idea is going to be holding this hill area here, overloading this left flank and the forest here, and just seeing if they can blast through and just take that 2-pointer and win by LOC, because at that point, they can just sit on this ridge, this ridge, this ridge, and condense here to protect the 2-pointer back here and here. And they don't even need the town anymore by that point. We are already seeing Chris feeling out his enemy. With the US, you always see a gigantic amount of infantry, just down to the fact that America has lots and lots and lots of men who are very cheap, not counting the buck and ballers who fire shotgun rounds. He is already winning this gunfight, actually. Surprisingly enough, the British Canadians should be winning this. But Chris has been able to get into formation quicker. He also has all of these guys here. I reckon he has reserves here, 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 18-pounder setting up here and here. I don't know. This feels like it's going to be very dangerous for Clone Trooper to hold, especially if there is 18-pounders here as well. We have seen before in battles that Tom and Chris tend to share their artillery. And they do it well, meaning that we might just see an 18-pounder stacked up here as well as over there. Because an 18-pounder up here is going to cause major, major problems for the Canadians. Not only that, Tom wheeling up an 8-pound howitzer somewhere here behind the ridge line makes it unkillable by round shot. Speaking of round shot, I think we have an artillery piece here, maybe a howitzer. We have a 5-inch howitzer setting up here, actually in range of
This
that
building has fallen to the enemy.
So I'm not sure what Chris is doing. It is a 5-inch howitzer, so maybe he's a bit worried, but realistically, you put it here, right? It's behind a hill. The gunfight has officially kicked off. He's actually got the Old Guard buck and ballers, his elite unit, in the line. He also has this one unit just further in front of his line than everyone else. Howitzer coming in. That 5-inch howitzer, I'm saying it as a howitzer, I know it's a 5-incher. That 5-inch howitzer, because of its poundage, is able to fire very quickly. We're going to see just how quickly soon. If I were Chris, I'd be... Yeah, there we go. He's already pulling that unit back. He's a good player. He knows what he's doing. We have some cavalry pushing up the flank here. Native horsemen. Try to check what's going on over here. A little bit of a dangerous move, especially against a Saxon army led by Johann von Thielmann. As well as Jacob Brown. The Saxons, as we have seen already, they have very solid cavalry. We have some American light dragoons holding them off over here, but also the heavy cavalry of Saxony is very, very strong, and Tom has brought 3 of them. Looks like the gunfight is still going on. Looks like the British Canadians, yep, definitely in the lead with that now. Especially with this hill line here and the natives up here, the native skirmishers. They may be called skirmishers, but they do not have an extended range. They in fact still fire at the exact same range as infantry. Their only real advantage being they can form light infantry formation, which just makes them a lot harder to hit. I'm thinking Chris here might just be trying to... He's already lost 1 gun. He's already lost 1 gun. Wow, that 12-pounder, do you know what? I was wrong, it's already proved its worth. 1 shot, or at least a couple of shots, has already disabled the gun. And they are blasting these units here. And the howitzers not really doing anything to the line here. Chris having to fall back after losing that gunfight pretty heavily. Although, as America, you never really expect to win the gunfights, you just expect to hold them. We have some skirmishers popping up the Saxon banner, the Freiwilligen? I don't know. We have some Saxon skirmishers popping up here as well as the natives behind them. Honestly, this is probably the weakest part of the flank. Over here, yes, it's getting bombarded. Yes, it's getting a little bit surrounded. We have an 18-pounder getting set up now. Looks like it is already being targeted by this 24-pounder from miles out, as well as this 12-pounder. 18-pounders have better range, better stats, but they take longer to reload. It's going to be a real battle. If he can get that 12-pounder down and out, it makes it a lot more difficult. Oh wow, and the 5-inch howitzer now has no guns anymore. It was defeated that hard in counter barrier, but has lost all artillery in it. Yeah, this 24-pounder, I 100% get the vision from Clone. I just personally think that there is no way that can hit effectively over the town. I think it's going to bug out a little bit with the towns in front of it, and also the landscape makes it a little bit difficult to hit. I still don't know what Chris was really doing with putting a howitzer invisible line of sight. Ooh, artillery coming from somewhere. Looks like there's artillery in here, maybe 2 or 3 pieces. Already firing at that 12-pounder, not hitting it yet. We have the 12-pounder over here firing as well. We have howitzers firing here. I'm surprised there's not a gun up here yet. This feels like the prime position. Ooh, 10 men lost in the general over here already from overshot from that gunfight. Chris better be careful. He doesn't want to lose his general, especially as America. I mean, nobody does want to lose their general. Here comes the much better howitzer. Yeah, shrapnel hitting a little bit, guys. Looks like they have already killed one of the guns in the 18-pounder. Wow! The counter battery saving the Canadians. Very impressively. They need to... America, if he wants any chance, he's going to need to kill this 12-pounder back here, which has already killed one entire unit of artillery, as well as disabled an 18-pounder by half. Okay, we have a Chevalier Lancer regiment appearing on the hilltop, scaring away these natives. This side is the side that we haven't actually seen much from yet, with the Saxons kind of turtling up a little bit. And right now all we do is we sit and we wait for the great counter battery game to end. Now it looks like America is having a little bit more of a good time. Ooh, and the Chevaliers managed to catch up to the native horse unit here, breaking them. It is activating this native horseman unit though. Can Chevaliers win against 2 units of cavalry, especially native cavalry? It's possible. Well, they are turning around. We're going to see. We're going to see. This is a very good cavalry unit. Chevalier, they do have 20 more men. Oh, what a shot! Didn't really kill many men somehow, but what a shot. The Americans coming in to support the Saxon cavalry. Oh, but there was no need. The Saxon cavalry has already won. That's native horseman unit coming back, but it's shattered. It's going to spam shatter. That's just funny lingo for they're going to break, then come back, then break, then come back, and then never come back ever again. The unit shattering. We're going to see if that... Ooh... That Chevalier unit should technically come back, but it's very close to the border, and it's come back. Ooh, lucky break for Tom. This unit back here, wavering a little bit. I mean, there is some heavy counter battery flying at them. Ooh, as you can hear. You can see the men that have been launched backwards because of it. Sarge, I'm scared. Ooh, they need to be careful here. Oh, that was the gaff. I thought one artillery shot did that. I was about to say, what happened there? Okay, so it looks like there is no more cavalry presence on this side at all for British Canada, which admittedly is surprising. I thought that they might lose the cavalry battle, but I didn't think they'd lose it this hard. We also have a Cuirassier unit on that side. Ooh, looks like a charge from America, forcing the light infantry back. They do have a 5-inch howitzer crew in the house next to the natives. Wow. looks like Exilian has actually decided to put a infantry unit in front of his guns because of that lip. It means they can
Stop that
actually fire
bleeding,
over the
Private.
unit,
Did you ask?
essentially making it a howitzer unit now. It can fire over the infantry. Let's see what's going on over here. Still very late contact on this side. These units have been shooting for a very long time. Looks like they are actually winning it as well, the Americans. I think now's a nice little time to look at the chat. Canadian Redcoats teach those damn rebels why not paying taxes is an option. Are those the exact same troops but opposite sides? No, they are not. Maybe trying to get the Saxon Grenadiers into the town so they can push the flanks easier? Maybe, that does make sense. Oh, looks like we actually already have a big maneuver. Oh my god, did you see that canister?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Looks like we have a big move already. And oh, already! Clone Trooper. We can see kind of like a wave there. He moved his men forwards into the Americans. Now, is that a dangerous move or not? We'll have to see. The British Canadians will win in a standard gunfight against the Americans. But this isn't a standard gunfight. The Americans, I mean, these two units both equally breaking. I mean, I think the British Canadians can't really afford to lose as many men as the Americans can. We'll have to see. They are currently outnumbered in this flank as well. Howitzers coming in. Ooh, just barely missing getting that kill shot. Where's the American reserves? We have a 5-inch howitzer revealed back here. We have the buckenballers being implemented. We also have the heavy cavalry back here. The buckenballers being implemented means danger for the British Canadians. The artillery back here, still on 15 men. Looks like it's fine. Still no contact at all over here other than just counter battery. Oh, that's what I thought. 18 pounders are now active on that hill. And they are seriously threatening this gun. If they can kill this artillery piece, they get free reign of this entire ridge line. Looks like the Americans now sitting on bad morale. Ooh, the Americans might have to fall back here. They're getting chewed alive in the gunfight. Here we go. That's the break there. Where is the American reserves? We'll have to see. The Americans already getting a point-blank volley, or near enough point-blank volley here on the ridge line, taking the fight to the Canadians. Ooh, we have movement from Grenadiers over here. It looks like Tom moving his combined Grenadier unit, 250 man, very solid unit, as well as a regular Grenadier too. Moving them over. We have a hole, we have a gap in the line. Oh, the howitzer. Getting some nice spray there. We have a gap in the line and it is already being exploited by Clone Trooper. We have a little punch through here. He would prefer to have a unit here so that something like this can't happen. The Americans bring in the reserves, forming a square here with this unit to make sure they don't break as you get a morale boost. We have the Grenadiers moving in just to threaten them. Clone's going to move this unit back just so it can probably get one last volley off on these guys, while the buckenballers move in behind to get some close point-blank volleys off. Oh, we have a charge, we have a charge. Where was that? It looks like a charge maybe from one of the Canadian units? Weird. Yeah, Chris needs to really cling on here because his troops are suffering hard from the Canadians. And he needs to hold this house. That is still the main point here. Tom still walking with his Grenadiers. Looks like he might just try and do a charge to break this. He's moving his Garde du Corps over some militia coming from the left side of the battlefield to shore up the defense. And here comes the charge. Will there be a point-blank volley to stop them? There will not be. Clone instead deciding to retreat his men back. Tom using his men to kind of retake the position. I think Tom now still going for the charge here. Ooh, his Grenadiers might be tired by this point. He's going to get volleyed by this allied British unit. Oh, his unit's getting tired. Getting tired. Yeah, this is a dangerous move now. And now his men's hit tired. His men have hit tired. Their morale's hit red. They are getting volleyed by the allied British, but they are holding on. There we go. There goes the Grenadiers. This Grenadier unit also tired, however, making good contact with the British Canadians. We also have the Garde du Corps swinging in to the flank of this unit. They are going to break that. Clone already has his men over here in square. Although it was a dangerous move from Tom to move like that. Ooh, fucking ball! Look at that! That's torn that unit apart! Here comes in the artillery. Oh, what a shot!
Our men are running, sir.
We have a charge on this side as well. Clone looks like he tried to form square with this unit, but the heavy cavalry was just able to get there. Oh. Heavy cavalry. What happened to them? They lost 40 men instantly. Ooh, that is a bad loss. Oh, Kresk is in danger here. Clone is making some very strong advancements. It might actually come down. Oh my god, what a shot. What did that? Oh, the 24 pounder. Wow. It's realistically now it's going to start coming down to Tom and how hard he can push, because he might have to take this 2-pointer back here.
Our men are running, sir.
Clone. Oh! Tom sneaking a Garde du Corps unit through, threatening the general. He's not going to make it to the general though. Unfortunately for Tom, the general was just able to sneak away. Yeah, they break those units. Probably not going to come back. If he's very, very lucky, they will come back about here and he can snipe the gun maybe. However, this Cuirassier Guard coming back, only 50 men. Kress having to fall back. He's already fallen back to the town here. He's going to have to hold that pretty effectively. He is getting pounced on by the Canadians. Oh, it's looking rough for the Americans. We need to see where the American reserves are, and if there isn't enough American reserves, it might just be game over. Clone masterclass in attacking so far.
This
Although,
building has fallen to the enemy.
Will he be able to keep pushing? I mean, he's running out of steam now. His unit's 72 men, this one 180. This unit's still fine. This unit's weak. This unit's about half strength. 5-pound howitzer, not really done anything so far. Oh, and we have Buckenballers and the old guard Buckenballers. These guys are gonna die. That's if they fall. You guys gonna fire or what? You guys gonna fire? Oh, don't tell me he's got the firewall off. He is kind of focusing a little bit harder over here. He has these guys firewall off. No, he's going to lose an elite unit. He's dismounted his general to stop from overshot. Looks like looks like a native attempt over here, maybe a native charge. Flying in some shots. These guys going to shoot yet? They're not gonna shoot. They need to shoot. There we go. They're gonna fire? Come on, you need to volley here, old guard. He's gonna form square instead for some reason. Oh, the Buckenballers. Heavy charge. We have got the combined grenadier unit to help them out. Old Guard should technically win this melee against the native warriors. They are an elite unit. He needs to get his general over. Here he comes. He's getting outflanked. Tom actually sending infantry units over to help. I think they've realized that the real problem is going to be the fact that British Canada is trying to take that 2-pointer, and they cannot let that happen. Very impressive gameplay so far from British Canada, and especially for the fact that Exilian is not doing anything over here. He needs to kick into action. Because if he doesn't, he's just going to allow the Saxons to bring even more men in. I mean, look, the Saxons have pulled in so much infantry onto this side. They're just going to 2v1 Clone. Exilian needs to wake up. Okay, the natives rallied. They have got the general nearby. This is going to be a very close melee. We have got the old guard now into the actual fighting as well. Some nice flank shots from the Kentucky militia bucking-ballers. Oh, I see some more people are coming in here. The game is very laggy. Looks like the first of the American units breaking that melee, a bucking-baller unit as well. We have the combined grenadiers fighting multiple units of natives, although these natives are very tired now. Their attack style gonna really be negative now. But so is the combined grenadier, and the old guard are getting point-blank volleyed by the Canadian foot. Oh, this is rough. Something big needs to happen for the Imperial side, because right now they are struggling. They've actually lost both guns in this 18-pounder as well, and they haven't got rid of the 12-pounder. Ooh, howitzer. Oh, good shot from the howitzers. Honestly, if the howitzer had landed a shot in here, that would be massive fun.
Our men are running, sir.
The Saxons coming in for a big charge. America throwing a unit into these guys as well. They might actually be able to break them, and all of the natives break. The Saxons, huge move, and Exilian still hasn't moved anything on this side. Okay, he is moving a elite unit over here now, but the thing is, Clone is all alone over here, and he is now starting to get 2v1'd. Oh wow, amazing melee so far from these United States regulars. Wow. Huge move from Tom, and that's
Our men are running, sir.
Oh god, they're hitting themselves with their own howitzers. You're aiming at yourself with your own howitzers. Here comes the cavalry to clean up as well. These grenadier units and that infantry, a massive move from Tom that has just saved Chris, because now the left flank is a lot more vulnerable. Or sorry, I should say the right flank of Canada. Most of his infantry is over here, as well as his reserves. Oh wow, 24-pounder taking casualties from something. Must just be counter battery. Oh, and Clone is just he's gonna lose a gun. He's intentionally limbering it to make sure that he can move the gun. He's probably gonna try and shift up here somewhere. Oh, and the light cavalry breaking through, threatening the general again. He's not gonna be able to get there. I highly, highly doubt he's gonna be able to kill that general. Although, you know, God loves a trier. Well, he did. Oh, he's gonna... Well, he better be running. He's charging now. If the general leaves a rear guard, it might just be enough. Nah, he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. He's too far away. Clone is pulling infantry as well. Honestly, Tom should just be happy the fact that he has cavalry in them. He has cavalry behind them. That's a big enough threat. Right now, the Americans, again, breaking the front line. I mean, look how much of the Saxon army's over here. Do they even have anything on this side? Exilian, he needs to move. He needs to do something, because Clone right now, I don't know how long Clone can hold this 2v1. Clone is doing a fantastic job so far. And he is clinging on.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Tom moving around with the cavalry. He might be trying to snipe this 12-pounder. Catch out, I mean, arguably the bigger prize is here. 24-pounder. Also the general, of course. Oh, but there is a native horseman unit coming. Wow, good to have reserves. Looks like Tom has noticed it though. He's going to try and run away. His unit is very tired, so they might not be able to get away just because of their speed. Let's see what the next step has in store for us. Looks like the Imperial side still very much holds the town. They still have the LOC. And they are still winning by LOC as well, because in the town here, I believe they still have units in this house. We just can't see them because of the fog of war.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
But where are their armies? We're just gonna have to see. Looks like they did in fact clean up the Saxon Hussari regiment. It is down to 12 men. Although I think a little bit of the shots hit the natives here. Yeah. I mean, the Canadian line right now is in danger. It's Clone has been fighting very hard, tooth and nail, but he's at the point where he realizes, this is why he's pulling back, he realizes he can't take the house here because there's too many units around him, and also there's Saxons. He also
Our men
realizes,
are running,
yeah,
sir.
this unit breaking now as well. He realizes that with this left flank being as weak as it is, by having all of his units, he's actually going to have to pull even more units. He doesn't really have the reserves over here right now. He is pulling every reserve unit he can, but right now he essentially just has a front line. He doesn't have a reserve line, and it looks like the Americans, on the other hand, do. And here come the named infantry as well. We have the 4th Warriors as well as the regulars coming in. Artillery trying to get a little enfilade shot, saved by the hill. But this is the weakest point of the Canadian line right now, and it's also the most important because they need to hold on to this for their guns. Their artillery... Oh, it looks like they're wheeling the gunner! Why do you guys need the cavalry if you're just going to be wheeling it anyway? But they have got a artillery piece coming up here. They have their 24 pounder coming onto this hill. If they can get this 24 pounder onto the hill, and this is the problem Tom had, Tom needed to try and snipe that with the cavalry behind them, because once this 24 pounder gets up there, it is going to wreak havoc on the American lines, because, I should say American and Saxon lines, because the canister range from a 24 pounder is enormous, and they fire so many pellets. It's going to be a real threat, a serious threat for the Americans, and once they realize that 24 pounder is on its way up there, which you can't see right now, especially because of the forest, if they can't see it, it's going to be a bad thing to wake up to. They also need to act on it now because, admittedly, they don't know where Clone Trooper's army is. Clone Trooper, in their mind, could be doing essentially the same thing. In fact, Clone Trooper now actually is. He's pulling a reserve corps. He's moving a couple of units over. Because right now, Tom and Chris rotating some units out. Very nice. Rotating some units in and out. They're going to try and assault this again. This is the weakest point of the line. Here is, it's honestly, it's not super strong, but it's the strongest part of it. Here is decently strong as well, but this is weak. They are pulling a couple more units to fight Chris on the ridge line, leaving the Allied British Foot Battalion behind only 114 men. And they're pushing down the 24 pounder even further. They do, Tom and Chris do have a while though. 24 pounder takes a long time to move. Oh, and we see that actually Chris had units ready for this. He had units waiting on the hillside. He also has a 5-inch howitzer, another 5-inch howitzer on this side, put into the exact same position that it died last time. Wouldn't have done that myself, but he can now canister with it, which is great. The Saxons as well garrisoning the town, because we can see there's been a little bit of movement in here. The Saxons holding here, extra unit here, a regular unit here, and here we have another regular unit here. We're going to have a real face-off now on this side of the town. Realistically, one howitzer shot could change the fate of everything.
Our men are running, sir.
Another unit breaks. This is the weak point of the line. It is now breaking for Clone. Clone's having to swing most men in. This is the time of his big attack. Tom is actually holding the right flank of the Americans right now with 3 infantry units of the Saxons with Chevs. Oh, but these units are breaking. They're low in morale. This unit especially low in morale. They're getting shot from the United States regulars in the house. That house is still going to be hard to take. We have Cuirassier Lead Guard coming as well. This unit breaks. We're in right in the middle of this. We're going to see, is this firing canister? If it's firing canister, this might be holdable for the Americans. More units breaking. We have a cavalry charge. The light cavalry hitting a square, forcing everything into square actually. These units falling back, they realize they can't hold this. Cavalry, the cavalry is just getting killed, I suppose. What are they doing? Move your cavalry! A American unit breaking here and here. This unit is low in morale. Did these guys fire canister? They might have fired canister. These guys look like they're going to break. these guys break, the Americans threaten to push the side here. Where is the American elites? Well, they do have their general standing here. This is point blank with the buckenballers. We have howitzer shots flying in, not hitting anything though. The reserves coming in for the British Canadians. And we have a flank setting up on Tom. We also have one of the units here. Looks like it got scythed through by an artillery shot. The Canadians making a push on the town. We have skirmishers back here shooting at them though. I wonder how much of this area is actually covered by Saxons. I imagine not very much. It looks like we have a proper assault coming in now. The gun still not even halfway to its place. We're going to see just how many reserves the Americans have left. The buckenballers here break. Saxons coming to save this side. Moving some more men in here. Where is the artillery firing? It feels like they've been reloading for 20 minutes. This Kentucky light militia also taking some nasty side shots. Canister, was that? I think that was
Our
canister.
men are
It
running,
was
sir.
canister. Yeah, you can see the canister damage here. That unit breaking. Could be a real problem for Canada. Clone lining his men back up over here. Tom is in danger here. He needs to pull back. He's getting completely outnumbered in the gunfight. I mean, he's just losing 3 infantry units here for no reason. We do have a renewed assault on the town. These units looking rough now for the Canadians. And yet, we still have not seen any contact whatsoever on this side. We can now see the 8-inch howitzers though.
Our men are running, sir.
Actually, notably, I don't think I've really seen much over here. Maybe they're moving a couple of guns to this side. Honestly, this is going really badly for the Imperial side. Because, oh, well, I mean, unless they do something big to change it. I mean, it looks like they're trying that actually. They're doing a big charge here. This could change everything. Because there is not a lot of reserves left for the Canadians. Most of their line is actually currently engaged. Big charge. Big charge here. This could cause some serious problems for the Canadians. One grenadier unit has connected without getting volleyed. And a second. They might just be able to break through here. We have an American unit coming in too. A great charge in the defensible unit. Brassier coming in too. This unit is breaking. Looks like it might just get charged here. The Canadians are in danger now. This is a big, big push. I was going to say, the Imperials were losing because they were just sitting and taking it, and Clone was 1v2ing, and he was winning. But now, that is not the case. With that charge, they are now in serious threat of losing this entire flank. I mean, look at this. We have a Grenadier unit very tired hitting this row in Newfoundland. They're going to get charged in the back, I think, by this light infantry. We'll have to see. It's going to come down to the morale in this engagement, because these units are very tired. They are Grenadiers though, and this is only militia.
Our
They might be
men
able
are
to win
running,
this.
sir.
Kentucky buckenballers coming in too. Grenadier carrying on, getting volleyed, however. Oh, but his morale's sticking. I think the general is somewhat near. We also have this Grenadier unit backing it up. Native warriors trying to do something. Cuirassier regiment coming in. I think they see the 24-pounder. They're killing the native skirmishers. They see the 24-pounder. Oh, it's firing canister, but it's not firing at the cavalry. The cavalry might be able to get it. Well, the cavalry reach it before they get volleyed. They've got a unit here that's going to try and shoot them. They need to kill this 24-pounder or this entire attack is over.
Our men are running, sir.
Oh, nasty volley though. Oh, it's down to 9 men. It could break. Especially with these guys. If these guys fire a volley, they break. The heavy cavalry have shattered, but this gun is gone. All the while, the Americans and Saxons have made a giant push here so hard that the British Canadians have had to fall back over here. They're at threat of being completely encircled on this side. But Clone doesn't care. He's still holding this hilltop. His guns actually come back. The 24-pounder has actually been able to reform with 8 men. He is continuing the assault over here with his infantry. But he's weak. He is very, very weak. Ooh, nasty shot. Wow. He is very, very weak over here. The British Canadians actually making a bit of an assault on this side, walking into these 18-pounders. And it looks like there was a charge of warriors that killed one of the 18-pounders. The 18-pounders might come back. Looks like they're going to go for their second unit, though. Yeah, 18-pounder. One of them comes back.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
Chris is already getting his men off the gun and trying to just get them out of there. Wow, who would have thought that one native could do so much damage? The Lancers coming in from behind to hit the native warriors and killing them. We still have a major assault here from the Canadians. I mean, they have pushed. They've not pushed very far, but they have pushed. These units at risk of getting nasty enfilade on them. I mean, this is only a minor push, but it's revealing what we knew already. The Saxons have nothing over here, because everything's over here. They have a breakthrough. They just need to use that now. And they also need to cling on over here, but that, do you know what's going to help that? The fact that Tom's
Our
Cuirassiers
men are running, sir.
have managed to land a charge in the middle of these infantry, breaking them, which means that they can go back. This unit in square already. The heavy cavalry needs to be careful. They're down to 30 men. They're getting shot. This is a major assault here from the British Canadian foot. They're probably going to be able to rotate this flank round pretty hard. Saxon infantry losing their gunfight over here against the British Canada foot. We also have these units here. The crazy part is that there is still an entire British Canada army over here. And it looks like Clone's decision to not bring elites might be paying off, because you can see just how much men he has and how much of a problem that is for America. But the problem is he's strong in different places. He's not strong all across the front line. This area is arguably the strongest. I mean, he's got these units here. He's got a lot of reserves. He's got his general, and most importantly, he has a 24-pounder, which sadly is glitched for him. It's not doing anything. That's heavy cavalry forcing him into squares. Very nicely done. Chris just retreating. He's gonna have to. He's saying, if you want to take this house, you're gonna have to fight for it. Looks like the 18-pounder is back on the gun. Well, they got a canister off. Looks like they're about to try it. Bang! Oh, the sound not quite working because we changed the audio channels in FCN just so they could not bug. Oh, and the break against the artillery crew. Looks like there is actually a couple of units reinforcing over here. A little bit of a micro error here. We have a Jaeger unit shooting into the back of the Americans. They do, in fact, have some kind of force over here, and this force is enough of a threat. I mean, it's an 18-pounder. They can fire canister, and they can do a lot of damage with it. Looks like the lines have actually reformed over here. This side is getting annihilated. I mean, it's not even close, these poor militia. But they just need to hold and stop this side from getting encircled. This heavy cav, sadly, for the Saxons breaking. And the infantry on this side breaking too. Now, I don't know what the timer is saying, but currently, the Imperial side is still winning by LOC. Because they have 2 here, 4, 5, 6. That is if you want to count this point over here as being, well, actually, I'd argue this is not owned by either side, it's uncontested. But technically they are still winning, because that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's equal. It's whoever takes the next 1-pointer. But the thing is that it doesn't matter that I'm saying that, because Clone is being super aggressive, and it is really working out for him. He is fully flanked around this side. Like I said,
one of our units has used all its ammunition,
big
sir.
needs to be done here. Ooh, big unicorn barrage. Something needs to be done here. Either giving up entirely in this right flank, or going all in this right flank. Right now, the weakest army is clone troopers. But even for the fact that he is currently being 2v1'd for the entirety of this match, or at least most of the actual combat in this match, he is winning his 2v1. I mean, he's beating these Saxon units. There is some more units coming. He has beaten these American units. These American units aren't beaten yet, but they are very battered. He has this line here and this line here. I mean, it's nasty. He has a lot of men, and he is really using them. Howitzers coming in. Again, not really doing much damage. I've not seen much from these howitzers. They're going to prove me wrong. Hitting like the middle of a unit next. Really, for this side to be saved, there needs to be a breakthrough here, because then they can threaten here. But it's only a matter of time. These units now getting surrounded on both sides. Honestly, if it were me, I'd start pulling out this way. Because I'd rather have one unit in a house fighting all of these guys, rather than one unit in a house fighting all of these guys as well as losing these three. So far, the only thing that has worked consistently for this American side has been wave charges. Being able to charge their enemy. Oh wait, hang on, these units have come back. They are behind them. They are very tired. They're not going to do much, but they are still
One of our
behind them.
units has
There we
used all
go.
its ammunition, sir.
Now he is trying to get his men out. In fact, he actually has 2 units of infantry in this house. This unit forming square, a little bit of a rear guard, try to pull these guys out. Chris in canister range for the 24-pounder, which is actually not spotted yet. Oh, and what's that? This Canadian unit breaking. It's 86 versus 88 men. Oh, it's going for round shot. It's not quite canister range, I think, or it's just not going for it. Oh wow, I was wrong. I was very, very wrong. Oh, Tom, you
Our men are running,
nasty
sir.
bastard. Who's running? Where? Who's running? Oh, this unit ran. The unit trying to get into the house, it got killed. And this unit is breaking here. Looks like we might see a bit of a threat on this side, actually. Yeah, Tom does, in fact, have units on this side. In fact, he has a 6-pounder that he's been hiding the whole time that's going to threaten this side. He has Landwehr units here, which in Tom's hand, just as good as infantry. I think Clone Trooper is starting to run out of steam. He has men, but for how long? I mean, we have an encirclement getting encircled here. It's ridiculous. Looks like we have an attempt of a charge here, at least very much a threat. Clone Trooper actually retreating to his guns, because he has realized that it is over. He is trying to cling onto this side, make sure that this side survives, so that he can take the 2-pointer. But he knows for a fact that he can't hold everything all at once. Looks like Tom and Chris, we have a 5-inch howitzer coming to... Looks like Tom and Chris are going to go all out on taking this side. If they can punch through this and take that 2-pointer back, they will win by LOC, or at least they will be equal on it, because right now... Oh wait, no, they are winning by LOC. They own the house. We have a cavalry unit coming in. Will Exilian see it? He doesn't. A great cavalry charge from the Saxons. Wow, well done, Tom. We have a 6-pounder set up. Or is it? I think it's unlumbering. It's doing something. Tom, you might want to unlimber your gun now, bud. You might want to unlimber your gun. Speaking of gun, we can see the canister there from the 18-pounder. Yeah, these units starting to break. They do still own the house, though. We have got a little bit of a force here. Still threatening this side. Chris moving his 5-pounders up. Honestly, his best chance is to move this up for canister rather than anything else. But I would be worried moving any other piece, because they do still have a 24-pounder in the back line, which is firing canister. Ooh, and you can see the damage it's doing already, turning their unit red. Tom, for the love of God, unlimber your artillery. Please unlimber your artillery. His Landwehr unit. Just try to hold them back, I think, on this side. Oh, he's going to try charge and then charge them in the back with the cavalry, locking them in melee. Will he make it? He does make it! And he's going to get that charge off. Ooh, that's if his cavalry coordinates with him. There we go. Should be able to break that Canadian foot battalion. Honestly, yeah, good move. There we go. His gun is now unlimbering. It looks like both sides kind of feeling each other out. We have got the 5-inch howitzer ready for canister. I mean, I'm just astonished at how many men British Canada still have. It feels like they've been fighting for so long on that side. Oh, the light cavalry breaks, but it was a Landwehr battalion for a British Canada foot battalion. I would take that every day of the week. Honestly, I don't really know what Tom was thinking with this deployment because his canister is going to be really fucked up now. Weird. He has got an elite unit still on this side to hold them. Press. Where's his... Oh, his other gun's in the cavalry. Yeah, he's fighting... He's firing canister. But who that? So, he was firing canister at somebody over here. This American unit back here. Poor bucking ballers. Walking away, clinging on for dear life. The Saxons over here, slowly getting encircled. He needs to pull back to this ridge line. He also needs to really hope that the canister here... Oh my god. He needs to really hope that the canister here will do the damage that he is hoping for. It is a 6-pounder. It is doing some damage. But this gun isn't firing. I think it's because it just got hit. Ooh. Oh, the Canadians getting a charge off in the howitzer. British
Our
Canada
men are running.
Breaks. Howitzer is still alive. It hasn't broken yet. It is on red morale, but it's still alive. Wow, I would love to know what the timer is saying right now. Oh, wow. Let's see what the chat's saying. Trying so hard to make the KD selling staring contest with the T-Band background. Go Canada. Conquer the 13th. This is way too nerve-wracking. I know. This has been a bloody battle. They should focus on Clone Trooper's core. He is bled to death. I agree. I think the weakest point of the line right now by far... Oh no, the one of the howitzers has been killed by a native unit, although it is being replaced by the Lead Grenadier Guard. We have also the Dresden National Guard coming in. Canister from that 6-pounder really doing damage. Oh, and we have the 24-pounder firing canister back. We have a canister duel, everybody. I agree. I think Clone Trooper's core is the weakest, but the problem is they can't... Oh no, the howitzer broke. They can't push... Oh, it's definitely broke now. They can't push over here because there is a 24-pounder guard in it. They still own this house, actually, I think, but they're sending the natives in to clean it up. The problem is that even though the Canadians are bled to death, so are the Americans, and so are the Saxons over here. I mean, even though they were 2v1ing them, Clone Trooper was just that successful in his position that he was able to hold. And he did a really good job of it. To the point that, like, even though it was a 2v1, again, he held a 2v1. Which is ridiculous. Nobody should be able to do that. Ooh, Lead Grenadier Guard going in for a charge. We're gonna have to... Oh, I don't know how well it's gonna go for the Saxons. They're elite unit, and yes, they are a damn good grenadier, but they're up against the square. Ooh, howitzers, big impact. I don't know how long they can hold this left side as the Saxons. They don't have very many men over here because everything's over here, and they're still not winning. Here's the big attack. The Americans, regulars, holding on. They're up against native skirmishers and warriors.
We have taken a building,
and
sir.
There goes the house. Clone Trooper has proudly solidified his grasp on the right side of the battlefield. And here goes the elite of the Saxons. Yes, they are holding. Yes, they're trying their best, but they're getting hit from both sides. These break. This left side. Ooh, this left side's in danger now. Remember, this is militia. They don't have anything to keep the morale up. They do have canister to hold Exilian back, but we'll have to see just how good that canister is. In fact, they're actually moving the 20-pounder closer on this side. Where is this gonna go? Tom and Chris have got to be planning something, because right now they are losing, and they are aware that
One
they
of
are
our
losing.
units has used all its ammunition, sir.
So one of the units from Clone Troopers ran out of ammo. I mean, Clone Trooper still has all of these guys. I mean, he still has some Fencibles. He's forming a lineup in this hill, so it means that if the Americans attack, they have to go through a valley with artillery on one side. Tom has advanced one of his infantry units. That's actually one of his elite units into the front with the enemy. Dangerous move. Wow, I mean, it's a surprising hold, actually, to be fair. Saxon's doing a good job. I mean, it's only Landwehr, but I mean, for Landwehr, they're doing amazing. This canister from this X-Pounder as well. Saving big stuff. Wow. It's kind of calmed down over here. I think the real threat on this side is the fact that Tom still has this Grenadier Corps. But they are slowly getting wiped out by the artillery. I mean, the artillery, oh my god. They only killed like 10 or so men, but that was enough to make the Grenadiers and the infantry run. And I think it's because Tom has had to get his general back over to this side because he's aware that he cannot let this side fall. Because even if... Oh, the canister... it is actually now a canister deal. The problem is, even though they still hold this 1-pointer here back down to Cali, they have lost this 2-pointer. And because they've lost this 2-pointer, it means that right now they are sitting on a fat 2 points here and 1 point here. They're losing on LSC.
One of our units has used all its ammunition,
To
sir.
make it clear. They need to take this house, hold this house, and take this one back. And right now, I don't think they can do that. I mean, it just looks like Clone Troopers' army is too strong. The Canadians are too powerful right now. I mean, over here, it's not really going so well for Exilian. He's walking into canister, he's fighting people with wedges. Like, that, I don't know how well the Canadians do, but seeing as there isn't very many Canadians left that we can see, if they keep this up and they keep advancing into this 6-pound canister, they're going to lose their entire army on this side, and suddenly it's going to be the problem of Saxony is going to walk through them, take this 2-pointer, and then take this 2-pointer, and if they're able to do that, then the game is over. And honestly, I'm getting the feeling that maybe they've given up on this side. What if they've taken all of their remaining reserves from here, and they're marching them over here and realizing maybe Exilian's weaker? And the problem Exilian's got right now is I think he's canistering these skirmishers who are actually going to make an attempt on the artillery. And yes, that is great to get rid of the infantry, but the 18-pounder here is actually canistering directly the 24-pounder to remove it from existence. Yeah, the 6-pounder's doing
One
some
of our
serious
units has
damage.
used all its
I
ammunition,
mean,
sir.
this front line here from Exilian is a real threat. It's getting canister from every direction. And most importantly, look at the depth this artillery has. I mean, isn't that just gorgeous? It has the perfect depth of being able to fire artillery. Oh, sneaky. He nearly got them there. He nearly got them. Looks like Clone is actually currently trying to reinforce this town area, actually threaten it a bit more. I mean, he is fully wrapping around them now. The Americans are at risk of losing their 2-pointer back here. Six-point canister, tune things up here. Where does this battle go? I reckon there's maybe 10 minutes left. There surely there isn't much time. You can see the canister. 24-pounder down to 8 men. A little bit of lack of micro over here, which is surprising, seeing as they don't have very many units. Looks like Tom is going for one last attempt with his grenadiers to threaten this flank. The problem being, even if he breaks these guys
One of
are
our
still
units
very
has
strong.
used all its ammunition, sir.
Clone Trooper actually running out of ammo in a bunch of units, which, you know, fair enough. They've fought hard. Ooh, attempt here. Looks like the canister didn't do very much, although Tom, realizing his only win condition on this side is the artillery, immediately pulls the power up
Into the breach,
charges with his light infantry. Will he be able to break them? Will he be able to break them? He does. He breaks them. Artillery crew can get back on their guns now. But Exilian already using that one moment of weakness where the 6-pounder wasn't firing to push forwards. We do have a little bit of a charge over here. British Canada Foot Battalion getting charged by native warriors and cavalry. Will they be able to form square before the cavalry hits them? They don't form square before the cavalry gets there. Meaning that this unit is now at rest. Oh, but the cavalry breaks for some reason, and so do the natives. No! Oh no. Okay, the gun crew has managed to get back in the guns. They have taken a volley for that effort though. The Saxons died over here. I mean, America having a little bit of a Custer Hill stand here. Realistically, they need to fall back. They can't
One of our
hold this
units has used all its
anymore.
ammunition, sir.
And Tom is also getting collapsed on, unless a sudden emergence of reserve come out of somewhere. I think we can pretty conclusively call this a smoking cat's victory. There needs to be a drastic change in this battle for the Kings of Pegau to win this. It's so unrealistic that they'll be able to hold this. They're outnumbered on both flanks. They're outgunned in both flanks. I don't know if they can hold this, and especially with their gun crew gone now as well, they can't hold this ridgeline. That gun crew was the only thing that was keeping them alive. They do have this 18-pounder as well, which is holding on for them, but it's now getting charged. I think I hear the fat lady singing, especially with the death of that 18-pounder. And with that, I think we can pretty conclusively call this one a coalition victory. A very hard-fought battle. But in all honesty, what it came down to was Clone Trooper. I mean, his fight on this left side was jaw-dropping. I mean, you can see all the different moments of advance, every step that was taken, every melee that was had. You can see every maneuver, and he essentially 1v2'd for the majority of this battle. Yes, there were Saxon troops here, but the majority of the Saxon army was in fact over on Chris's side, helping him against the Canadians, and they still weren't enough to beat Clone. And Clone still has not a significant force, but definitely a still usable one. Yeah, fat lady singing. They know it's over. The Lieb Grenadier Guard going in for one last charge with the general behind them. It's the last stand. It's the last stand of a battle that is very much in its dregs. We've got a charge here. The old guard. The old guard dies. It does not surrender.
Our men are running, sir.
Melt. Yeah, it's just clean up duty now. Tom and Chris, they're smart enough to know when a battle's over, and they're just throwing their units in now. Well, it has been a long journey to get here. A very long journey for both Smoking Cats and also Kings of Pegau. Oh, actually. Why are all these units... Oh my god! The Saxon Lead Grenadiers broke a bunch of stuff over here. This could be a mass break. I mean, even if it is a mass break, Clone Trooper's army is too big. But, oh my god. It's been such a road getting here for both teams. And it is... I'm really happy that what it came down to... Oh, the Saxon General killing a 24-pounder. I'm really, really glad that it came down to a battle that was as close as
We
this.
have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Oh my god. His general just died to the 24-pounder. No way. Unless that was the American general, and that was just really funny timing. Nope, it was, in fact... Yeah, it was the Saxon general was killed by a 24-pounder somehow. Oh my god. But yeah, no. It's while it's sad to see a team go out. Wow, this was a close battle. I mean, both sides fought tooth and nail for every aspect of this battlefield. They really gave it their all, and all it came down to was maneuvering and map choice. I mean, they had it. Both sides had a plan. Both sides stuck to it. Just in the end, it came out to be a Smoking Cat's victory. Wow. So I think that means for the finals, we are going to be having the Smoking Cats versus TaskForce Jackal. Wow. Honestly, I thought Kings of Pegau would make it to the finals. I really did, but wow, they have been knocked out. They've been dethroned by the Smoking Cats. And the best part is, this was a actual normal battle, and that is the end. Clone Trooper with 5,558 kills. Oh my god. America only bringing 7,000 men. Saxony bringing 5,500. So that is a massive amount of outnumbering. So that's around... I think that's roughly... What, 17,000? 17,000 versus 13,000. So there was about a 4,000 man difference. Maybe 5,000. Damn. 5,000 man difference. And I mean, Tom and Chris did very well for that. But you can tell just how many men were left over by the amount of men left over. I mean, you can see it. I mean, personally, I think... I really like Tom's choice of Saxony for this because it meant that he could use his grenadiers against Canada, and really you could see the effect of those grenadiers. But I think that it was just purely the manpower was the difference. If he'd maybe chosen America, they would have been able to match up against them a little bit better, in just the straight line engagement. Wow. So let's jump into a VC with them and have a little chat.
An excellent
Thank
battle.
you. Thank you.
Hello.
Well done.
Amazing battle.
Well, that was a absolutely fantastic battle from both sides. You should both be very proud of
Yep.
that. That was really enjoyable.
I'm glad.
I'm gonna be honest. Us having the worst starting position with 13,000 on 17,000.
Well,
I don't
There
think
was
we
a-
were ever going to win that battle.
I mean, it was possible. There was
Right.
there was definitely some very iffy moments on the Canadian side, but like, wow, that was a doozy of a battle.
I knew we were screwed when we spent much of our reserves beating 2 Canadian charges, and then
There's
we
more.
needed to deal with the right. And I checked to see, okay, their left is empty, right? Because they have all these units, and they had a full second army there.
Yeah.
I mean, you were
Yeah,
you
I
were
kept
mainly
hearing-
fighting Clone's army for most of that.
Yeah, because I kept hearing the
Yeah.
drums march away from the forest where you had the 2 or 3 18-pounders. So once we waited long enough, that's when I made my push. So we figured you were weak enough right there.
We had nobody over there.
my
We had
general-
Tom's 3 infantry.
My general was the OP unit. Killed
Yeah.
your general. Killed a
Yeah.
24.
Hero.
Oh, is
And
that
that
where the
24-pounder
general-
canister did that was rough in the middle.
Yeah,
that was
I think
very
I
rough.
routed a.
I
Well,
don't know
Tom's
what happened
general got
here.
Killed by the limbered 24-pounder somehow.
I know, unbelievable. But he killed the
Yeah.
Canadian general first, and then died to
Yeah.
a limber. So
I just want
that
to
went
point
well.
out, I don't know why, but my 24-pounders,
Yeah,
I
was
limbered them, and
watching-
while they were getting limbered, one of the limbers died, and these 2 men decided to
I
haul
know, I
that
saw that.
24-pounder all the way up to the front. So I'm like,
Yeah, we saw
giving
that.
those guys a
I
medal.
saw. I was like, I've never seen that
Yeah,
before
what's
in
the
my
point
life.
in having the cavalry? Like, why have the limbers if you can just roll it yourself?
Uh,
Wow.
They must have.
especially because
fucked
that's like one of the heaviest guns in the game.
Yeah, it's,
It's the
it's
second. It's the second
Oh, no, it's not
heaviest
quite.
gun because
Yeah.
Ottomans have 64
the
pounds.
64-pounder, yeah.
Oh my
What an
god,
idiot.
Clone,
True.
you fought
And
really
you-
damn well there for a 2v1 as well. That wasn't really 2v1, but it was like a 1.5v1.
Yeah.
His
Well,
infantry
I
just
think-
shot so much better than mine.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, and you guys let us keep the hill, and I'm
We
like,
couldn't push you off in time. We just knew we weren't going.
well,
So-
here's the thing: we tested it. If you just walk your heavy cap up there, they kill everything and are
Oh,
we
fine.
tested it before game. It does not kill everything. Like we
If you-
tried it with the Saxons.
If you put
We had
everything on the
different
hill, then
tests.
you can
Well,
defend it.
the thing is, you can get there faster than the rest of my army. So if you just walk straight up the hill and kill my guerrillas, I can't get there
Yeah.
before you get to the hill, and then it's at least
Yeah.
contested. I think we
We
arrive
tried.
about the same time.
Yeah, you guys.
We
did.
tried that, but on our test, for some reason, they didn't win. Maybe it was just my bad. But
Maybe.
I think it's
Maybe
because
they're
Chris
really
had
good
the
at
entire guerrilla force there, rather than you guys spread them out a lot more. So,
That's true.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we didn't double down on it.
yeah, we were
but
thinking.
yeah,
you'd
once-
double deploy on it. Yeah,
Once I was on that hill, it's a really, really strong position. It's really hard to get me
Yeah,
off
it
of
is.
it.
it is.
Yeah.
I was just surprised by the nut. I did not outnumber either of you, and I was the numbers faction.
I mean, some would
Yes.
argue that Canada is also the numbers faction. They have very spammable infantry and
Yeah.
militia.
Yeah, but I expected to be like close. But
Well,
even I was outnumbered by 1,000
so-
men.
What we were concerned about with you guys is obviously American 18-pounders are really good. So one of the reasons we picked Russia is because it would limit the effect of the 18-pounders. Like there'd be a few good spots for them, but you couldn't just like dominate the whole battlefield with it. And then obviously we're worried about elite Saxon stuff that we can't match, like grenadiers and heavy cav.
Yeah,
So we thought, we're going to bring our own heavy cannons to try and kill your guns, whatever artillery you bring. And then we're just going to bring a meat wall of decent shooting infantry, and we're just going to shoot everything.
it was a meat wall
So-
for sure.
You got my
Yeah.
cannon in the beginning. That was good. You caught me off guard.
Oh, initially, yeah, that we were very happy with
Yeah,
that
was a
trade, to
good
be
sign.
honest.
Yeah, I looked over and I was like, they're charging your cannon. They're charging your cannon.
We saw
I
it.
was
I was
trying to
like,
run him off the gun. I was like, no.
it's a shame it wasn't a hussar. It still cost a lot of money, that cav unit, so it may not have been the best.
I thought it
trade,
was
but-
a hussar. Was it a?
No, it was like a Chevrolet. Yeah, it was a
Oh.
little more too expensive for the trade, but it cost 380 gold. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it's
Against
not like a
against
2-for-1
a 12,
trade.
which
I
is
mean, you were
755.
getting- You made it so that he only had one gun in that entire side, so
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was a, it
I
was
had
a
a
big
s-
victory for you.
yeah, for
That
sure.
gun,
Yeah,
they worked hard.
Yeah.
yeah.
I was getting some good on-flight shots on your light infantry, Tom, when you moved it up
Yeah.
into the
Yeah, they ran out of ammunition. They fired so much. My infantry,
All of mine did too. I had a couple
they were,
line infantry run out of ammo.
Yeah, I don't know. Grenadiers did well, but they just lost too many men at the end and couldn't do enough.
Yeah.
Which is
we
what
kind
happens
of
with them.
guessed you guys were gonna mass in the center.
I mean, there's not much else to mass at.
Yeah. So we were.
That's
Because
good.
originally my 24 pounder in testing was supposed to go on the right, but when we saw how much infantry was in the center, that's when it made the move over, which a lot with counter battery on your howitzers on that center hill.
Yeah, it was an accidental. Chris accidentally deployed a howitzer instead of an 18 there, and then we were like, oh well, we lost that gun then.
I was questioning.
Yeah, I
that
was
too.
confused by that.
I was like,
I figured
perfect.
It's
I
a
figured it was
mistake.
because it was a 5-inch howitzers and the range is just so short that he decided that he had to push it up that close. But
No, it was a mistake, but it doesn't matter.
I mean, that 12
okay.
pounder from Uclone killed both cannons on a 18 pounder and a 5-pound howitzer, and then another.
Well, the thing
one
is-
cannon and another 5-pound howitzer.
The thing
yeah,
is,
it got some good hits on infantry too.
We had to put up over the ridge to shoot back at the artillery. That's the problem.
Yeah.
So we couldn't sit back like if we could sit back like their guns and then pummel them, then we would have done. But we can't.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
problem.
And that-
You know.
That's kind of
No,
worked
it's not.
in our testing. We figured that we could get to the spots that we wanted to be before you could get to spots that
could you
we
pick
would
more
consider
Fairmont
comparably.
for the roster.
Yeah.
This is the
Yeah.
second
To
time
be
we've
fair-
gone on a
to
map
be
where we
fair,
have to attack.
On this
You
map,
guys-
I play it both directions, and I dominate both ways. I just like this map.
We won on this map coming from the other direction against the last
Yeah.
team.
Yeah, I was good
Yeah,
about.
so you guys tried
Yeah.
stacking the maps too with Leipzig North. When you
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
faction.
we got into a call and we're so in. I'm like, okay, what could we do with this? What could we do with that? And then we just like forgot. Oh yeah, we're not picking everything.
Leipzig North is a fun map though.
Those 18 pounders would have been.
I know. That's exactly why.
Yeah,
We did the opposite to you
American-
guys.
My favorite strategy is just to spam 18 powders with the Americans, counter battery
Yeah.
everything, and then roll them forward and canister everything in the face.
Yeah,
That's my favorite thing
absolutely.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. Good job, guys. Good luck in the final. All
Yeah.
rooting
Yeah,
for you
thank you.
guys.
So obviously,
Yeah.
it goes without saying. I've already said it in the battle when I was all alone. But congratulations to the Smoking Cats. They have claimed victory over the semi-finals, and they will be facing TaskForce Jackal in the.
You guys got to win.
finals.
I swear to God, you guys better win
Woo.
this.
I'm planning on winning.
Yeah, it's always a shame to
Nope.
see a team go out, but somebody has to lose, and the loser this time was the Kings of Pegau. This is the last time I will be saying their name. The
What did I
Kings of
promise you,
respect.
Pegau.
Dan? The Reclaimers of Pegau.
The
The Reclaimers.
Reclaimers of Pegau. I'm so proud.
There was one moment I was particularly annoyed about where I got one of my heavy cav into a charge into your chasseurs that didn't form square, didn't shoot me, and they
They
broke.
lost
I don't
40
even know
men.
why,
They lost 40
The heavy
men
cav
in
did?
4
Why?
seconds.
but
It's
why?
because he
They
did
didn't-
form square, but didn't show the animation yet.
Oh, yeah. It's like,
well, that went
there was
well.
a-
Thanks, game.
there was a couple times where I didn't form square, but I thought that my unit routed when that happened. And then there was several where I formed like squares all
Honestly,
around
I was
it.
so
but-
upset about that because I was like, "That's my only good unit on that side," and it's just
Yeah.
broke for no reason.
Yeah, I was able to
It was
trade
annoying.
pretty reasonably into your heavy cav. I don't think your heavy
Yeah,
cav
they didn't do a
got,
very good
got
job.
very much.
A couple of them broke through the middle. That was the best unit I had that supported
Yeah.
the middle push. But the other on the flank was just got wrecked immediately, which was really dumb. Actually, my Chevalier shares didn't do too bad. They got a couple of infantry units out of square, so
I saw
Yeah.
that you got one on the far left. Of
Yeah.
you guys. You got a really good.
Couldn't
target
believe it.
there. And you
I was
also
like,
got a good
oh,
back
it's so
charge
lucky.
with a Landwehr unit where you pinned them in melee and then charged them in the back.
yeah,
That
with
was
a
good.
hussar, yeah,
Yeah.
it was good, but we didn't have enough victories to swing it. Yeah,
I mean, there was that one big break you got
Always
in
more
Cologne.
infantry.
You got that one really big one.
That
which
was
you
scary.
felt
I
bad.
was worried when that happened. I
That
was like,
was
my
massive.
position's pretty good, but my middle just like collapsed. So just
Yeah.
so you know, I was like, just so
We
you
know
know,
it's probably
Xorion,
gonna work because of the
you're probably
guns.
gonna have to do
serious-
something.
You were at serious risk there of if they had been able to push just a little bit further and taken the hill. By that point, your attack on the 2-pointer would have been in danger of being encircled.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
We did not have
probably
the
enough.
map.
it
That's the
probably would
problem.
have been able. Yeah, it probably
didn't
would
have
been
enough,
able to
man.
fight its way out, but it was still somewhat worrying that it was away from your main force.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe I should have taken a hill, but the grandeers were tired,
No,
and
you wouldn't have been.
maybe
able
I
to.
should have done. I don't know. It's
There
hard to
was
tell.
one
I-
decision you made that I think was a mistake, which was the cavalry. You got like a light cavalry through him, and they got
Yeah.
like you tried to go for his general with him, and then backed off. He was moving his 24-pounder like 5 feet ahead of you.
Oh, I didn't
And
see it.
if you just snagged that, then his
I didn't see it.
He wouldn't have had the artillery to protect himself against you in the hell.
I didn't see it.
Yeah,
I got a unit
and that
into it.
24 pounder did some pretty good work on the other side. It routed a couple units with.
I think I got a
canister.
unit into it and it didn't kill it. It had like 8 men and 2 guns up
Oh,
still.
you got your heavy cav into it.
Yeah, he did. He dislimbered it, and but I got
because it
enough
could magically
stuff
push the
into
gun
it.
up itself. It didn't matter.
Yeah, well, no, you got
Well,
the,
I couldn't
heavy
relimber it, so I couldn't move it after
okay,
that. But
okay.
You got the heavy
Um,
cavalry into it, but they got volleyed in the side by infantry.
I know. I saw that. It was disgusting. I was like, well,
Ah,
they got the 24. I thought, and I thought, well, it's not a decent trade, but
yeah,
it's something.
they did route, but it came back. I think I moved my general
Yeah.
over, and that was enough to stabilize their morale,
Yeah,
and
that's
then they were
good.
able to shoot for the rest of the game.
to be fair, I would trade
Yeah.
any cavalry unit for an artillery piece realistically, because you're just removing danger in one side of the pitch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's why I was happy with my native trade when I got into the 18 pounders.
Yeah. At the end, yeah,
We,
we were,
like-
we were
Oh,
very-
yeah.
Like we had,
We had
so
nothing
few units
left.
by that
Also,
point.
by the way, the canister duel between the 24-pounder and 18-pounder on the
Sure, I was winning that.
Were they
So
canistering each other?
yeah, they were
Yeah.
canistering each other, and the Americans
We got
were-
Wow.
I was just
We can't-
shooting infantry.
Yeah.
at
we
that
canistered
point.
a Marine battalion. I was very happy to get rid of that.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah. By the
I
way,
was
did
like,
you notice
"Chris!"
that? Did you notice that Clone didn't have any elites?
no. That's a bit.
No,
of
they
a
shot.
risk.
I didn't like. They were just shooting so well. I wasn't paying attention.
I said at the start, I was like, "Can you
Was that
explain why
intentional?
you have no elites?" And he was like, "Yeah, I want more men," and it paid off clearly.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, fair enough.
I decided after a bunch of different testing, I decided I'm going to bring 44 units, and
Holy moly, Chris!
I'll
we were
figure
so
out-
outnumbered.
All 44.
I'll figure out how to make it work.
Oh,
Did you not
Uh,
have all 44 units?
No, because I have the Saxons with 3 heavy
Oh,
cav that cost $1,000 each.
I think
My
I had like
gosh.
30 something units, probably low 30s.
Yeah, he brought an extra heavy extra heavy cannon and the 2 elites
yeah.
to try and hold that hill in the middle. So he went a bit heavier, and I was like, I'm just bringing manpower. I just want more guns to shoot at stuff.
Fair enough.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
problem
it
was
worked.
like we didn't know what you were gonna bring, and since you had the map advantage, like just positionally wise, you were gonna get to wherever you wanted first. You could go arty heavy, you could go infantry heavy, you could go cav heavy if you wanted. You had the ability to kind of choose the fight, and
Yeah.
whatever we brought would just have to suffice. And we brought
Yeah.
not
Wrong
infantry
thing.
I
for
think
Yeah.
them.
like the biggest mistake that was made, and obviously this is only because of hindsight, so obviously don't take it for what it actually is, but I think the biggest mistake that you guys made was giving them the map choice and choosing the factions instead.
True, maybe.
Because I think you
Eh.
guys were both strong. Like so for faction wise, obviously Clone Trooper and Exilian, they were probably gonna choose. Well, actually, it doesn't really
double
matter who they were
French.
choosing, but if they'd both chosen double Imperial, you guys would have had Prussia and Russia. But even if they had chosen,
Yeah.
even if they had chosen coalition and force of Imperial, you had Saxony and America.
They-
You had really
Yeah.
strong factions for both, but by giving them the faction choice, they
Yeah,
were able
maybe.
to kind of control the battlefield, which is exactly what they did.
Yeah, maybe we should have done that, Chris. I was just worried about them choosing double France and having 2 Krasivs as a reserve and Imperial Guard
I was worried
batteries.
about them having just Imperial Guard artillery and sniping anything we try to bring, because
That
Russia and
Imperial
France will
Guard
not
artillery.
win an artillery duel.
No, that Imperial Guard artillery is so good. Like it's got such a high reload and such a high accuracy. You can kill anything.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That
That's
was
true. Its
ridiculous.
counter battery is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway,
We're worried about
They
that.
cost a lot of money, but they are worth it. Like it's crazy how fast they
Yeah.
reload.
so it has been officially 2 hours since the stream started, so I think this is any time to say goodbye. But yeah, just to reiterate for everybody joining late, Smoking Cats won, and they will be going into the finals with TFJ. It was a really good battle. If you want to see it, just rewatch the stream. Give me more watch hours, please. But thank you to everybody for coming along, especially the teams. You all taking time out of your day to fight 3 battles. So thank you to everybody here, Clone Trooper, Auxilia, Middleguard, Tom. And I think we can say goodbye, and we will be back for the finals. TFJ
Yes, sir.
versus the Smoking Cats. And that one's going to be very interesting. I think people are gonna have a lot of fun with that one. But
Clone Trooper, we gotta beat them in a new secret campaign now.
oh, the new secret
yeah.
campaign. That's a fun.
We've got,
game.
I am your
I've
major
become
general.
your General Green, right?
Okay, so hang on, let me. Anyway, so I've muted and deafened, but yeah, thank you to everybody for coming along. I really appreciate everybody turning up. I see your messages, Big LW, saying you're gonna pitch some Mexican American war battles. We would, but unfortunately it is 4 a.m. for me, and everybody wants to go to bed by this point. So thank you all for coming along. It was a super tense battle. Obviously you see the players in the team. I would highly recommend you go check Middlegar's channel out, as well as Tomic. Give them a like, give them a subscribe. And if you want to see the last battle that caused this to happen, we had Tom and Middlegard fighting Britanki in the battle before. That was a very big battle, a very important battle, and also a really good one. So I would recommend popping over to my channel and checking that video out. It's a very subtle plug, I know. Anyway, but yes, thank you all for coming along, and I will see you all in the finals.